モータースポーツを起点にしたもっといい車作りに終わりはない。どんどんもっともっと良くしていく旅を続けること以外ないと思ってますので、皆様も一緒の GR カローラの物語作りに参加いただきたい。
What's going on, everybody? As you probably know, the 2025 GR Corolla was announced last night, and there are quite a few things we need to discuss about the refresh slash upgrades done for the 2025 model and probably going forward. They're probably going to innovate even further in 2026. Who knows at this point? But there are quite a few changes from the 2023 and 2024 models, and we're going to be covering that right now. So to start off, we are going into the Toyota's website and looking at what they say 2025 GR Corolla is. So on the main page, you got a picture of the rear end of the 2025 GR Corolla. Looks the same as 2023's, 2024's, but you scroll down and you start reading a little bit more. Tuned to tear it up. Now, this paragraph goes on to talk about the ferocious 2025 GR Corolla returns. And it's ready to rumble because its track-tune engine is now putting out 295 foot-pounds of torque, up from 273 in the 2023 and 2024 models. The 295, we've seen that in the Morizo, but the Morizo was the only one to ever get that. Now, it looks like all of the GR Corollas coming from 2025 onward can have 295 foot-pounds of torque. That is actually, in my opinion, I feel like it absolutely needs that. It doesn't have as much oomph as it should out of corners, and I feel like just that 22 pound-feet of torque increase will help it substantially. Now we scroll down further. Well, let's look at this picture really quick, right? So this right here is, look at the front end, right? It's okay, but it's not as good as the 2023s and 2024s in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the front end. And I get it. Right, we're going to be going over the reasons why they made the front end look like this, and it does make sense. But comparatively, the looks, I veer towards like mine, the 2023 models and 2024s. But I digress. Moving on. So enhanced suspension. And it says here with souped up rear geometry that digs in deep and rebound springs to help keep your wheels down in the corners. We will talk about all of that, like the rear geometry stuff and the rebound springs, which are actually inside of the shocks themselves. I never knew this was a thing. Apparently it is a very well-used thing in some forms of motorsport. And I'm gonna be showing you what that's about here soon. Here's the automatic transmission, the GR Direct Automatic Transmission, the DAT. And it's an impressive close ratio 8-speed automatic transmission, provides manual style quick shift capability. So they do have paddles. They're not the flashiest paddles you've ever seen, but they're there. They're just black plastic behind your steering wheel. It's whatever. But there are paddles, so that is kind of cool. Heads-up display. Now, I had seen something about this before this was announced, that the GR, or maybe it was the Yaris, that the GR Corolla was getting a heads-up display, which, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially like displayed onto your windshield, like some sort of forms of data. I don't know what exactly the info is that they're going to be displaying on the GR, but that's essentially what that is. Now it is time to go to the Toyota newsroom. Now the title states the GR lineup heats up with new direct automatic transmission option on Toyota's GR Corolla. Talking points: the Yazoo Racing adds direct automatic transmission to the GR Corolla. There is a new Premium Plus grade now available. Now this is taking place of the Circuit. Okay, so last year they unveiled that there was going to be a Core, Premium, and a Circuit. This year, or 2025, they're going with the Core, Premium, and Premium Plus. From what I've seen is that the Premium Plus is essentially going to be a dumbed-down Circuit in a way, and we'll cover that here in a minute. Launch control. Now, this is something that we have wanted. I feel like the majority of us GR Corolla owners, this is something that we wanted, but there is a caveat, and I'll show you that in a second as we scroll down further. Suspension enhancements, add stability when cornering. This is actually very cool, and I think would be very beneficial for the platform. Redesigned front bumper to improve cooling and aerodynamics. Like I said, doesn't look the best, but it does have performance value, so there is that. All right, so as it talks about here, the GR Corolla has expanded the fun quotient. Both hardcore enthusiasts who enjoy the thrill of a manual transmission and those who'd rather focus on the handling can enjoy the thrill of sports car driving with the new edition of the automatic transmission. Right here, it talks about the changes that have been made to the interior and exterior. So it talks about how on the exterior, the front bumper has been redesigned to accommodate optional cooling components while simultaneously retaining aerodynamic performance. On the inside, there is a new dark sporty vibe due to the new trim finishes on flat surfaces and switches throughout the vehicle to provide a pleasing tactile feel. So that's kind of cool. I mean, they're actually taking notes about how the interior just looked too much like a Corolla. Honestly, in my opinion, the 2023s even, they didn't look as bad as everybody griped about. But people bitch. I mean, what are you going to say? Now, it also says that you can expect these GR Corolla models to come to dealerships this winter. That's pretty cool. I mean, obviously it's a 2025 model, duh. Now we talk about the automatic transmission right here. The 8-speed racing direct automatic transmission is a sports car enthusiast's dream, offering quick shifting performance, optimal gear selection. The DAT control software has been optimized for sporty driving. So essentially what this does, it actually kind of adapts to how you drive. So based on your brake inputs, how quickly you get on throttle, stuff like that, it is very compliant with your driving, which is a pretty cool thing in my opinion. And I'd love to see how well that actually works in real time. Hopefully I can actually drive one in the future. I'd imagine I'll try to find an opportunity to, but we'll see. As a result, it opens up possibilities for a wider range of drivers to enjoy sports driving. So that's pretty much all that is there. Now moving on to the power and the dynamic traction, which is a very cool talking point. The 2025 models, all GR Corolla models, are powered by the turbocharged GT16 GTS as usual. It outputs 300 horsepower, 6,500 RPM, normal, and obviously the 295 foot-pounds of torque. Now, to keep the higher engine output and DAT at an optimal temperature for performance, an automatic transmission fluid cooler comes standard on the DAT vehicles. Now, this is part of the reason why the front bumper looks the way it is. Down on the driver's side, if you get the automatic transmission option, there will be a transmission cooler right here. The passenger side is more the sub radiator. It makes sense. It's cool. It's a good idea. Now, moving on to the suspension and the handling of the car, the upgrades for that. So, always searching for ways to improve, the GR team tested the GR Corolla with the same approach used when developing a race car for the Super Tycoon, also known as the Japanese Endurance Race. Now, they go on to talk about that during the testing at Fuji International Speedway, that they wanted to improve the traction during hard cornering. What they did is they added rebound springs inside of the shock. What it does is essentially it provides rebound. It basically provides rebound, but within the shock itself. So that's pretty cool. Now this is in the front and the rear, not just the rears or not just the fronts. But what it's going to do is, like I say here, suppress the inner wheel lift during, your dynamic driving. The rear coils and stabilizers were also improved to help boost guard, contact, response, and controllability when turning. So basically what they're trying to do is keep your tires planted at all times. The GR has a tendency, like any other hot hatch, to lift the front inside or the rear inside wheel, right? So what they did was essentially stop that from happening. That is pretty cool, a very cool improvement. Makes the rear a little bit stiffer as well, so you can rotate a little bit better. Now, the trailing arm mounting point, which is the rotation center of the rear axle, has been raised to reduce rear squat during acceleration. That is good too, because there is a bit of squat for the GRs. This reduces the change of vehicle posture and enables a stable cornering posture as well. So both those things combined are going to help very well. I'm looking forward to seeing how different they perform comparatively to the 2023s and 2024s. Just those aspects alone. For the GR4 system, right, if you are aware, the GR4 system allows you to switch from 60/40, which is the normal drive mode, to 50/50, which is track mode, and then to 30/70, which is just 30/70. It's like rear bias, basically, right? It's not drift mode or anything, just rear bias. Now, with the 2025 models, they've changed that up pretty substantially too, if I do say so myself. It says with the twist of a dial, the driver can select normal, gravel, or track all-wheel drive. Gravel used to be track. What normal mode is still 60/40. Gravel adjust it to be 50/50, And then track mode now adjusts distribution by varying the drive forces. It'll switch from front focus 60/40 to rear focus 30/70 based on your inputs. Kind of like how the automatic transmission will shift kind of based on your inputs. This will do similar in, you know, the ways you're taking a turn, stuff like that. So that is very cool and very, very complex. That's very impressive what they did there. If it works very flawlessly, kudos to them, because that's very cool. Obviously, the front and rear torsion limited slips are going to be standard on all GR Corollas. That's great. They should have done that from day one in the 2023 models. Whoever has a non-diff GR Corolla, I'm sorry. Like, you are not getting the fulfillment that you deserve, to be honest. But yeah, so now launch control. Let's get on to that. Like we were talking about earlier, it's been adopted only for the DATs. So no launch control in the manuals, only for the automatic transmissions. That's okay, but I feel like it would have been cool just to add that into the manual transmission in some way. I mean, all you got to do is just set a rev limiter. You're doing that anyways with the automatic transmission, I guess. I don't know. Who knows how their launch control is going to work with the automatic transmission, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's only for the automatics. So it is what it is. The interior, looking at it right now, it looks better, I guess. I mean, it looks about the same. I mean, there's not much different. The automatic, like, gear lever has some things to be desired. Let's go over to the trims. So like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be the Core, the Premium, and the Premium Plus. Now the Core is going to have what's listed here. GR logoed fabric sports seats, so obviously just the cloth stuff. Functional fenders, pretty much sports tuned suspension, everything that we've had so far with the 2023s, 2024s. Except, you know, with all these GR Corolla models, they're going to have that new front end. So brake cooling ducts, I guess active noise control, active sound control. I don't know if we had that on the regular GR, but that's cool, I guess. GR4 stamped side rockers, normal. Now you move over to the Premium, you will get GR logoed Bryn knob, suede, whatever. Trim seats with gray stitching, JBL audio, dual zone automatic climate control, front, basically like the comfort features and stuff like that. Gloss black front grille, vice like the matte plastic black sort of thing. Vents, wait a minute. Okay, maybe the GR Corolla Premium is the only one that gets really like the vents and stuff. I'm not sure about that. Reading this now, that's interesting, but not going to harp on that too much right now. And going over to the Premium Plus, you'll get the forged carbon fiber roof from the Circuit Edition, bulge hood and functional gloss black air vents. And I think, let's see, sub radiator. Oh, okay. So I had that wrong. So the Premium Pluses will get the sub radiator. They'll get the bulge hood with the vents, and they'll get the matte black wheels. So the Premium Plus is quite literally they'll also get the suede trim seats with red stitching, vice gray stitching, and they'll get the heads up display. Okay, so if you want all of the new stuff, you're gonna have to go with the Premium Plus, but and you'll get your warranties, your complimentary 1 year at NASA, and that's it. What are you guys thinking about the 2025 GR Corolla? Are you thinking that it's worth an upgrade? Do you think it's gonna perform substantially better than the 2023s and 2024s? I personally think it will, especially out of corners. Me personally, I feel like that 22-pound increase in torque is very good. The suspension components and stuff like that, very good. Front grille, toss up. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and ring the bell so you guys be notified of more GR and other content coming here soon. All right. Until next time, guys. Have a good day and keep going fast.